Hi and welcome back to the Happiness Safari podcast, your podcast for happier and healthier life. When I started this podcast, I thought, who are the most inspiring people I know? I wanted to interview them to share their wisdom and insights with you. One of them is Lana. We met during our coaching course at Robbins Madanes Training and became coaching buddies, meaning we would coach each other during our training. So Lana and I never met in person, but spent many hours online speaking about our struggles, vulnerabilities, deepest fears, and toughest challenges. And this is exactly what we did in this interview. Lana is a mother of 3 amazing kids, a work-from-home life coach, and living happily married with her amazing husband in Luxemburg. Lana is brilliant at juggling busy family life with studies, work, and travel. She's also a linguist, a teacher, and calls herself a happy human being. In the interview, Lana shares with you how we can develop tools in dark times, which helps us to cope better in the future. What is her favorite magical tool to feel happy? Why you should always get help if you need it. Lana helped me in so many ways with her very unique and special coaching techniques. I'm so happy to have her in my life and even more happy to share our interview with you now. I hope you enjoy listening. I'm super happy and honored to speak to Lana today. She is one of my coaching colleagues from Luxembourg. And Lana, welcome to the podcast. So happy to have you.
Hi, Nadine. So happy to be here. And hi, everyone.
How are you today?
I'm actually very good. Thanks very much. Excited to be doing this podcast. It's my first time. So, guys, if I say something wrong or do something wrong, please forgive me. It's my first time. I'm a podcast virgin.
There is no right or wrong. Definitely. But do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and about your life, your world, and just, very briefly, like, who is Lana, if you can?
Yes, sure. I am a mother of 3 children and a wife, and I have started studying life coaching, as you know, and I've been coaching some clients of mine for the last year, and I'm very happy about this new adventure in my life. That's about it. That sums it up. I'm a mother.
That's amazing. And I know that's also a big challenge having 3 children. We just spoke about this a little bit before, and the challenges, but also the joy it brings.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't lie; it's easy, but it's very rewarding to have children and a family. Definitely.
Yeah, that's nice. Today I want to talk to you about happiness, and it doesn't mean, we said that before as well, that we always have to be happy. It's more that happiness has a very different meaning to different people. So my first question is always, what does happiness mean to you?
Oh, that's a very good question. Thanks very much for asking. Happiness for me is very visceral. It's actually very physiological on the level of my, sensations in my body. That much I would say. I know the happy feeling when I have it, when I catch it. And I feel it in my kind of chest area. It's kind of, if I was to use words, it's very difficult to describe, but I suppose we're all human, so people would identify with that feeling. It's just that warm, fuzzy, bubbly, happy feeling that you have inside. And it comes from so many different things, and sometimes the silliest of the things. Like I have a ritual where I kind of catch it in the morning, and it's very silly. It's actually making a cup of coffee and sitting down and drinking it, and the anticipation of that coffee and the thinking of getting it and then making it, because it's quite long. It's a process. It's not just your regular cup of coffee. And then sitting down and like saying to yourself, oh, finally. And just as I drink that coffee, I catch that feeling. So it's actually nice that you reminded me of it, because I don't always remember to do it.
Okay, but that is super cool. That's something I think we haven't heard before. So it's kind of like your ritual, and then you are, aware of like kind of what makes you happy, or that you are actually grateful, or you're trying to kind of drink the happiness, or how does it exactly work?
I don't even think. The funny thing is that it's the other way around. It was a side effect that I've discovered, and I liked it so much that I thought, I'm going to keep you. This is a good one. This is a good part of my day. I happened to make that coffee once. I kind of don't drink coffee, which is quite funny. I only drink tea. I'm not a coffee drinker, but, following all this craze about like healthy eating, and I happened upon this coffee description thing, and I tried it out, didn't like it, and then kept going because it's good for your brain or whatever. And use your mixer, and you use coconut oil and whatever. So it's quite elaborate. So when I found it, and when I started drinking, and after some time, my body started kind of showing up with that symptom or that reaction to it, where I just thought, I'm keeping you. So there was no words. There was no, I didn't conjure it up. It's my body, I'd say, that told me that, I like it.
Okay.
And I listened to it, and I'm working with it. So it's kind of organic the way it happened. Nice. And I'm happy. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. Because as I get to know you over the past year, you're a very like intuitive person, I feel, and also very emotional, but always listening to your feelings and emotions. So also good in, embracing them. So the good and the bad ones.
Thank you. Yes, very emotional. Yes, that's me.
Yeah. But are you actually, so you mentioned coconut oil. Is that a bulletproof coffee then?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay, I see.
Yes.
Okay. Guys, I will put that in the show note if you don't know what it is. Yes. That's like a concept of a coffee which is supposed to give you like a lot of energy.
Yes.
Right?
And isn't it something good for your brain? I don't know why we're mentioning, guys, by the way, I'm not getting paid for bulletproof coffee. As you have noticed, I didn't even mention the name until Nadine has. So, but it's amazing. I like it. It's good for me. So, if you're interested, check it out. Just
I actually haven't.
Just Google it, guys. Google bulletproof coffee. And get the whole load of information.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Very cool. And then so. I do know, but I just also know, some stories of your life. So would you say there was a time in your life where you maybe went from a not so happy place in general towards a happier state, like of maybe contentment? And if there was, would you like to share, how that journey was?
Absolutely. Yes. The dark night of the soul. Absolutely. I did have it, and it was very therapeutic to go through it. Would I want to go back to it? Absolutely not. But did it result in a completely new kind of way of thinking, mindset? Absolutely. Absolutely. And what I do notice is that the tiny mini downs happen all the time. And what's exciting about it is that it takes me less time to go up, to actually lift myself back up, because the tools and the skills that I have acquired, in the process of getting over that specific time are with me. And that's exciting. And I suppose that's part of why I became a life coach, because I have navigated it myself, like yourself too. And it's actually very easy to share it with others, because it's a no-brainer. Once you've done it, it's like cycling a bicycle.
Yeah.
You just have to show up, and you almost have to turn off your brain and let it happen, because it's in you, that ability to lift yourself up. And once you do know how to lift yourself up, it's very easy to know intuitively how to lift other people up, especially if you identify with the, you know, the downs and the feelings that people have when they are not feeling the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think we can all agree on that, I mean, there are no happy moments without the sad ones. And sometimes we have to be maybe on a dark place, you know, to actually experience what true happiness is. So you are saying that you basically, have been there. So you called it the dark nights of the soul. I really like that.
Yes.
And by kind of lifting yourself out of that, like you develop different tools and now you just have them as like a toolkit, and you know how to uplift your mood when you're down now. And I think that's super normal as well, and very human that, we all have these moments. And I think this is why I'm so excited about this podcast, because I really want to show people, I mean, no matter what you see, you know, on the outside world, and if it's your friends or Instagram or people on the street, like just somebody maybe looks happy or seems happy, like you never know, and you don't know their story, you don't know what's behind that, you don't know the journey or how they got there, or if they, you know, just had a good day. And I don't think anybody's always happy, but I really truly believe also as a coach that they are actually tools you can use to kind of uplift your general state and have more of these happy moments, and also moments of appreciation for what you get. So
absolutely. Yes.
So that would actually lead me to the next question perfectly, which is, what you actually do to be happy. So what are these tools, if you'd like to share some of them, to uplift you?
Gosh, yes. There's so many. And the interesting thing about the tools is that there is no order in which you use them. It's like having like an imaginary bag of tools, and you can just pick one out at any given moment, give it a go, and things improve. And it's interesting. You could just use different combinations and see what works in this specific moment. But the exciting thing is that you have so many tools that if this one doesn't work right now in this situation, it's not working, then you could just pick one up, you know, and the next one up and try it. And like that, you can just keep on going, knowing that, you know, it will happen. I will get out of it, you know. I can just keep going and trying different combinations. And that's kind of interesting because you're forever perfecting your art of happiness, of feeling happy just because. So it's kind of exciting. It's a nice journey, and you're definitely not bored, you know, if you have a bag of tricks and you get to use them. So that's just, there's progress there, and you feel that you're growing and learning and improving, I suppose.
Yeah. Like, could you maybe share one of your maybe favorite tools, or one you used recently?
Let me think. Yes, let me think, because there's so many. Okay, so let's take one specific situation, or maybe no situation. I'm thinking here on the go, guys. I haven't prepared for this. This is my first time. So bear with me, please. So, give me an example. So you're feeling bad, right? You're not feeling great, and you just don't even know what's going on. That's it. I got it.
Yeah.
So the best trick that I've used so far, and it always works like a charm, is taking a pen and an empty piece of paper. It always has to be the empty piece of paper, and writing down at the top, why am I not feeling great right now? What's bothering me right now, for example? And then, you know, and then it's very easy. Then you just take the pen, put it to the paper, and let it write. And you write and write and write, and you do not stop until you feel that everything on that specific subject is out. And it's almost like having a rendezvous, a meeting with your subconscious, because in those moments of huge emotional upheaval where you're not feeling great. So the whole body and the whole mind and the whole soul, everything is being like shaken up, is a great moment of intensity to reconnect with your subconscious mind and to actually get the stuff out of it. That's where you feel extremely motivated to do something about it, not to just leave it go. So it's amazing. And then the funniest thing about this trick is once you finish writing, you put your pen down and then you reread what you wrote. And most of the time, 99.9% of the time, you just start laughing uncontrollably because you know, our mind is going to the thoughts in our mind, the processing power in our mind is going at such a speed that our conscious mind can't even begin to register everything that is playing in your mind, in subconscious mind, right? So by actually taking the pen and paper, what you do, you slow down, you take the chunk of information that's sitting in your subconscious mind and is actually producing this reaction in you. You take it out, then you put it on paper, and when you reread it, you slow it down enough for your conscious mind to actually understand, to register what is going on. And very often it's very funny. It just, most of the time, it doesn't make sense. And that moment, you know, that aha moment where you're like, oh, this is what it's all about. Oh, and that's the healing. That's where that healing happens, and you just feel, wow. You feel like, wow, is this it? Is this really it? And this is where you let go. And of course, when you let go, you don't just let go in this specific situation. The beauty about this specific tool is that you've actually just cleared a big chunk of your subconscious mind storage of some sort of junk files that are obsolete, that are not serving you anymore, and that are messing with you, with your life. They're messing with you and they're making you upset. So I love this tool. Absolutely love it. And there's so many more. I don't think we'll have enough time if we spend 10 hours doing podcasts. So, but I think thank you so much for sharing, because that's a very super interesting tool. And I think for people, you know, who would like to actually want to know more about this, can look you up and maybe work with you, and then you can share more of these tools.
But always happy to, yes.
But I think that sounds like really good, because you're basically, as you say, you're clearing up the mess of your subconsciousness, basically, by actually writing it. So it's kind of a little bit therapeutic. Because it has the same effect if you're actually speaking it out loud to someone, and then maybe if you don't have a friend or coach or somebody nearby, you can actually anytime, maybe even if you wake up at night, you know, like take a piece of paper and just write and see what comes out. And then I think it's a great tool to reflect on your thoughts as well, and actually realize what is going on in our mind, and that it's not always like true, or that it's not always like important. I mean, that there are so many things going on, and then having them in front of you, like you can get more like clarity, I think, about what really is going on.
To add to this, what you do realize by doing this exercise is that a lot of what you write doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to your adult brain that you're using here and now. The funny thing is that it's kind of the information in your subconscious mind is something that you've acquired along the road, you know, along the way in your life. And it's basically little snippets of conversations that you heard, that, you know, the words that were spoken directly at you. Maybe your parents, or something happened at school, or you overheard somebody saying something at the playground. It's the funny thing, when you're a child, you kind of absorb all the information so quickly, and it just stays in your subconscious mind. And this haphazardly acquired snippets of information is put together, not in the most perfect, harmonious way and something that makes total sense. It's something that is still running your life right now. And when you're a child, you have no control over it. It just happens. You get this programming put into you by the outside world. But the beauty of it is that when you're an adult, you can just wake up and decide that you're going to clear all the interesting information out of your brain and put in something that, the programs of your own choice that your adult mind now desires to use. And that's how you become an architect of your own life. And it's a process, and it never stops. And because there's so much data there, and you can do it slowly or you can do it faster. It depends on how motivated you are. And most of the time we get extremely motivated when things go, very, very wrong in our lives. And when we lose everything, and, tragedies, the dark nights of the souls are there for us to help us, to push us to the next level, to actually do the work, because it's not easy to do the work on yourself when everything is great in your life. You just don't want to do it. And when you're pushed down and when you stay down and, when you see there's no other way, you kind of pushed into it and you start working on yourself. So it's great to have dark nights.
Very true.
And it's great to have, to find ways out of them too, and to have help, be it self-help or help, from someone else. It doesn't really matter. The help is always available. It's that next book that you will read, or next person that you meet in the queue in the bank, or, it's somebody or something. It's usually a person that has written something for you or can just say something to you. So it makes no difference whatsoever. As long as you say to yourself, I am ready for help to come into my life, or something like that. The words don't need to be the same. It's something that you feel like, oh, okay, I'm open. I understand that what happened is not great. And I understand that where I am now is not where I want to be. So help. I need help. And that's when you start finding all the answers.
Yeah. So what you're saying is actually kind of, when you are in a dark place, then kind of, listen to it, don't ignore it, and take it as a calling to change something. And when you do, also know that you're actually not alone, but you will always get help, let's say from the universe, from somewhere, and maybe keep your eyes open. And maybe, that's something you read, or it's something you hear in a podcast, or it's, a person you meet somewhere.
Absolutely.
And is it also when you're actually out of the dark time that you actually shouldn't forget to use these tools sometimes? So to prevent yourself from maybe going, down again, and kind of maintaining the self-work, because as you say, it's a journey, and hopefully it goes kind of upwards continuously. But don't forget to work on the things, and
definitely
that is a process.
Yes, that's interesting, because that's also a lesson that I had to learn in my own life. And and I kind of wondered, after many, many years of having gone through my, redesigned my life, my, internal representations, the words that I'm saying to myself, the self-talk, having kind of readjusted the self-talk that is going on in my head all the time. I kind of swapped out the disempowering beliefs or disempowering words. I swapped them out. I kind of changed around and basically put a lot of new words and new ideas into my head and let it all kind of permeate my subconscious mind. as a result of that, my whole view of the world and how I see myself, everything's changed, and my life changed, of course. And all the things that I decided that I wanted, they did appear in my life. But what I kind of didn't realize, and it's just hilarious, and guys, just take it from me, that self-work never ends. It can't, because we are not static. We are living, growing things, and for anything to continue to live and grow, it needs to continuously learn new things, and there has to be a dynamic. There has to be, you can't be static. And I stayed static I was just happy in this pool of new thoughts and ideas, and they carried me for many, many years. And then it kind of all stopped slowly. And then I started doing things and self-work, and there was one phrase: the work never stops. And this is where I had my big aha moment. Why didn't anyone ever tell me this? That you have to keep working on, let's use this metaphor, taking the weeds out of your beautiful garden. You need to do it, on a regular basis, or those weeds will grow again. I mean, so like you have to de-weed your garden, create this beautiful, perfect garden in your head, garden of life. I don't know what you call it. But then you need to continuously de-weed, maintenance. So maintenance work has to be done. Why? You can live without it, but you will keep running into ruts. That's what I find. So in order to constantly improve and grow, it's actually nice to maintain the garden and to even notice when the weed just appeared and to catch it, and take it out. It's that thought. It's something that doesn't belong in your head, in your, in the life by your design, of your design. Detecting and saying, oh no, goodbye. Before it takes roots and gets stronger. And that's where life coaches like yourself and myself come in. The reason why we're here, I suppose, is to actually guide people, navigate people, and to share our own experiences, and to actually help people navigate life more efficiently, and to maybe guide them away from the big ruts and the big mistakes that we have made ourselves. So yes, I suppose life is up and down. It's always ups and downs, and there's always a better way to go about it. So a more efficient way where you kind of keep your happiness levels higher than, the standard human person can do. I don't know. I'm out of words here, but I think I'm going deep into my head. So help get me out. I hope, guys, what I said to you makes sense. But it does come, this life coaching profession, it does come from the heart, and we always mean good. And if you do happen to struggle and you just don't know, you don't see the way, you don't see the light, don't hesitate to find a life coach. I mean, every life coach needs a life coach. It's just normal. It's human. We're all human, and we do the best we can. Do the best we know how to do it. And there's always a better way. No matter where you are right now, there's always a better way of doing things, of approaching life from where you are. So there's always help available.
Thank you so much for sharing. I feel like what you're actually saying is trying to catch the root of your thoughts when they are still very small, maybe emotionally not kind of distracting you, or not, hurting you. They just don't feel as intense. And that's when you can actually already work on them, instead of waiting until they grow inside you, getting stronger, getting more overwhelming. And, don't wait until that happens, because I think, we are here because we've been through a journey which probably wasn't like the nicest for, I mean, most of us coaches and all the coaches I know and I talk to, because everybody has a journey and we've been to like a dark place and then we found our way out, still with ups and downs. But yeah, we are also saying, you know, don't wait until you get maybe to that very dark place. You don't have to wait. You actually have a chance to, work on that even before. And yeah, and even if you are, then it's never too late, to get help and get out of there. There's always a way.
Yes. Yeah. To add to it, if I may, I would say do let it go dark and do. My feeling is just go there once. It's like at least once. It's like burning. You know, that's how a child learns. You know, they burn their finger on the fire once, and then they just avoid it. I suppose it's the same here. So you do need to get stuck into this darkness, and you do need to experience it, because the sheer contrast of that experience would just prevent you from doing it in the future and prevent you from doing from actually thinking that deep. But you do need to be exposed to it once, because as you said at the beginning of this conversation, you wouldn't know the light unless you know what the darkness is. You wouldn't be able to see it. So contrasts in our life are very important. And I'm just hoping, guys, that your contrasts do not drag you down and do not cost you too much in terms of your physical health and many other, you know, I hope that it's not too tragic. And I hope that it's quite a soft dip down, and that you don't stay too long there and you just experience enough. And then you say, oh, do you know what? I've had enough of it. I'm going up, guys. Bye. See you later. So, and just know that when it gets dark, there's always a way out.
Yeah. Thank you. My last question, actually my favorite one, is what was the happiest moment in your life?
That's just completely caught me off guard. There were so many. It's very difficult to pinpoint one specific one. I suppose the easiest one is the learning that I'm going to become a mother, maybe. I don't know. For me, like my life at the moment for the last 16 years has been revolving around being a mother. So I'm quite strong in that role in my life. I associate myself with that quite a lot. Before that, maybe falling in love and experiencing the true love, and that moment of realization that, it's actually real. No kidding. It's not just something that they write about in Cinderella or something. And that was a beautiful moment that I will cherish for the rest of my life. So, and I have 3 children and I have 1 husband. So I had many happy moments. The learning, you know, the getting love into my heart, you know, true love, and then learning that I'm going to become a mother, and it happened so many times, and then having the child, and I have been blessed. My life journey has been blessed with a lot of happy moments, big moments and small moments. And I continue to experience those happy moments, like we all are on a regular basis, and I feel very blessed for
that's amazing.
This life.
Very happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nadine.
And is there any book you read? I know you also read many books where you would say this kind of changed your life and you would like to recommend this to our listeners?
Yes, absolutely. That book, that Bible, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins is the book that helped me to get out of the dark night of the soul, get up and go to a much higher, take my life to a higher level, and it's not really like what surrounds me. It's how I feel inside. That's the biggest victory of it all, is not, money or success or anything like that. It's basically feeling great inside. Just because all of a sudden, when you still don't have anything that you so long for and so desire, and just getting into the happy place and feeling amazing just because, and being able to maintain it and to go to, to be able to maintain and hold it, like you lose weight, for example, and you stay at your ideal weight. It's the same. You lose all the old thoughts and files that do not serve you anymore. And you're able to maintain yourself in that new condition, in that new state of mind. That basically is the key to carrying you to the things that you desire. So you kind of become ready before things actually appear. And they do appear, which is magic. It's just pure magic to be able to attract, to grow into things that you want to be and you want to come in contact with. It's a beautiful journey. And I wish it for everyone. And I wish for everyone to experience that in their lifetime, well before they're, ready to leave this life. Let's say. And I wish my only wish for everyone is to start living a life with no regrets, so that when you're older and wiser, you don't have any regrets.
Oh, that's very nice. Very nice end, and a very good book suggestion. I'll put that in the show notes. And then I thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us. And I wish you also all the best. May you have many more blessings. And thanks for doing what you're doing and sharing and spreading this love. I know it comes from the heart. And wish you all the best.
Thank you, Nadine. Thanks, everyone.
I hope you enjoyed this interview and you get a lot of inspiration. Please make sure you can still sign up for the 30-day challenge and join our happiness community on Facebook. So check it out on Instagram. I will also put the details in the show notes. And if you want to deepen your yoga practice, join us for our yoga and coaching retreat in Kenya in March. It will be a beautiful setting right by the beach, white sandy beaches, nice weather, and we will meditate every day, practice yoga every day, and you will meet inspiring people. We will do many workshops, breath work, laughter yoga, acro yoga, so many different things. So make sure you don't miss that. And if you enjoy listening to the podcast, please share it with your friends. That would make me truly so happy and grateful, because my mission is to reach as many people as possible and spread and share the happiness as much as I can. So if you help me with that, that would be amazing. And if you want to learn more about one-on-one coaching with me, you can check out my website, happiness@fari.com. I will put all the links in the show notes. I wish you a wonderful day and stay happy. Namaste.